Oh my god, this is my... I feel like I always do that. I always start with some like elaborate hand gesture, and I should just chill and be myself and talk to my camera and be like a normal person, but I'm not a normal person. Anyway, so today I want to talk about the Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter lens and why this week I'm excited to announce that I have upgraded to a DZO Pictor Zoom 20 to 55 millimeter cinema lens. And I want to walk through why I made that choice. But I also want to give the major credit that needs to be given to the Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter lens. For those of you who have been following my work for a while, I've been using the Sigma 18 to 35 for like nearly every single project that I've done. It's amazing. The range that you get from 18 to 35, it fits almost perfectly to the Super 35 millimeter sensor. There's no vignetting for me. There's a little bit of softness, especially at depth when you're trying to shoot wide open at that 1.8. But other than that, the image that I always get from the 18 to 35 is phenomenally sharp. I picked up the Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter lens when I was looking for something that could be flexible and could also offer the versatility that I would need in the field for documentary. And the Sigma to 18 to 35 has never failed me in that regard. Not only do you get cinematic shots with that 1.8 wide open, whether you're shooting at 18, whether you're shooting at 35, it really adds separation to your subject, it adds depth, it adds character, and it's super versatile to be able to switch between that in, with the manual adjustable aperture that you get. I had come from Nikon, so all of my lenses were Nikon F mount, and with it, one of the reasons that I say again and again and again on this channel as to why I have an URSA is because it comes with an F mount. It's one of the only cinema cameras that you can easily just convert your Nikon lenses to. Yes, you can get, I don't know, one of those little filter things, which I have and I use for my Blackmagic Pocket 6K, but it's just not the same. To be able to natively mount your lens on without having to put and move things around, it makes your life so much easier. So the question is, why did I get a DZO Pictor Zoom lens? The character of the 20 to 55 of the DZO series is amazing. It's a similar focal length. It covers the full sensor of the URSA, and it's part focal, which for me, when I was using the Sigma, I would have to readjust my focus if I wanted to shift. If I'm doing an interview and I'm cutting between 18 and 35 or something like that, I would have to readjust my focus. Because this is part focal, my focus stays the same no matter where I am. And here I can kind of demonstrate that. Let's see. So here I am, and we will, LOL, is this, okay, I'll lean back in my chair, and there I am. See, still in focus. I'll move it back. So this is my first week of using this lens, so take this all with a grain of salt, but I've done a lot of research to get to this point and was choosing between whether I wanted an anamorphic lens, which of course cost an arm and a leg, or I wanted something that was more cinema, and between that, prime or an adjustable zoom, and obviously came with an adjustable zoom. I think that the DZO character in this glass is amazing. It isn't an anamorphic lens, but the way that it bends light just at the side of it gives a subtle enough quality that it almost feels like it could be anamorphic. Before I say anything more, I will cut to some footage that I have for a project that I'm working on right now in which I'm using the DZO, and you can get a sense of that for yourself to see whether it feels anamorphic, whether it feels cinematic. So I hope that you're able to watch that and see some of the difference. I mean, I know that the DZO online, people say that it's not as sharp, but it already feels sharper in a not digital way. than what I was producing with the Sigma to 18 to 35. And again, that's not because there's anything wrong with the Sigma, but I think that this lens just lends itself to more character. It has some quirks, and those quirks, in my opinion, make it unique and make it fun to use. A difference, I mean, for me, between the Sigma and this is also just how light reflects off of it and how it absorbs flares. The flares here are really soft, almost fade in, versus you can get some really ugly, nasty blue, purple, green flashes in the Sigma, and you know, that's not great. I've never been a fan of that. And after having one shoot where it was like abundantly clear that you could see the ugly flare, I was like traumatic. So I haven't had that experience so far. Again, I've only been using this for a week. So I'm sure I'll have more. The 18 to 35 offered me an amazing ability to cut in between shots. And I mentioned earlier about cutting between interviews, and that being one of the reasons that I wanted to switch to a cinema adjustable zoom so that I would have parfocal and I would be able to cut in between interviews without having to refocus. The Sigma to 18 to 35, if you're working in the field, sometimes that's not a big problem. It's cheap as hell. It's like $680 for this lens, and it's amazing what you get. To be able to shoot at 18 and 35 and everything in between at a 1.8 aperture is amazing. Now I know there's a huge focus and transition now out of the Super 35 sensor world and into full frame, and if that's you, then maybe this isn't the lens for you because of the ASPC, I don't know what it's called, sensor size. So do keep that in mind, that if you're looking at the Sigma 1835, you will probably get vignetting if you're shooting on like a FS6 or anything of that like. Still, for those of you who are shooting on Micro Four Thirds, who are shooting on Super 35, this is an amazing lens still to get. It's cheap and it just keeps getting cheaper, and for what you get, it's incredible. I would say the 18 to 35 is a great place to start. The price, the build quality, the quality overall of the image that you get, and the versatility that that lens offers is excellent, and I've been using it for years, and it's helped me scale my work beyond any other lens that I've ever used. Now, I'm excited for this upgrade, but that doesn't mean that this lens is gone in my mind. It's beautiful, it's brilliant, and I think if you're doing documentary, if you're doing commercial, like, this is great. It's a great lens. So that's my spiel, and I appreciate you all for watching, those of you that do, and thank you so much for supporting this channel. If you haven't already, drop a like, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And that's gonna be it for this one. All right, guys, bye.